Hey everyone, and welcome to this new video. In this video, I want to show you how you can combine Meta with Home Assistant to integrate any Meta device into Home Assistant. More after the intro. Enjoy! Yes, I was often asked after I introduced the SwitchBot with the Meta variant how I was able to integrate it into Home Assistant. And I would like to explain that to you in this video. First of all, it should be noted that the whole thing depends a bit on what kind of setup you have, as there is the Home Assistant supervised installation or the Home Assistant OS version. There you have an extra add-on store which makes everything super easy. However, for all other users, there is also the option to manually install these add-ons themselves. I will explain this at the end of the video. Let's start with the Home Assistant OS version, as the developers of Home Assistant have actually thought this through quite well. There is a special add-on for it. You can find it in the settings under add-ons, logically. And here you just need to click on the add-on store and enter Meta Server in the search. You just need to install this one, and if necessary, go to Settings, Devices and Services, add Integration, click on Meta, and then select Meta Beta. In this case, it now offers me the official Meta Server Supervisor add-on directly here. I click on Submit, and then everything is automatically configured. Once that is completed, it will be somewhat individualized for each device, of course. In my case, it is the SwitchBot, which means I go into the SwitchBot app and first get the Meta code. To continue now, we need to jump into the Home Assistant app, go back to the settings under Devices and Services, add Integration, and then add the Meta device here. Ideally, this screen should now appear on Android. On iOS, it should look similar to adding a device in the Home app. I will now select Setup without QR code and simply enter my pairing code here. Then I click on Continue, and after a while it should automatically appear in the Home Assistant app as a new device. It becomes a bit more complex only when you have a self-installed version, as we first need to connect to the server via SSH, create a new folder, create a file named Docker Compose YAML in that folder, and paste the code that I have linked in the video description. Next, press Command O to save, Enter, and Command X to exit the file editor. Then enter Docker Compose up D to start everything up. From now on, we can add integrations through the settings as usual, selecting Meta. In this case, a URL is now suggested here. In this window, I simply enter my IP address, press Submit, and ideally, everything should now be perfectly connected. As I have already shown, you can easily add devices with the Home Assistant app, just like with SwitchBot. I hope you enjoyed this short and concise video and perhaps even found it helpful. If so, I would of course be very grateful for a rating. Otherwise, I would say see you next week for a new video. Until then, take care and goodbye. Use end.